Hey, how we doing today? All right, I got about 1:45 in the afternoon, 12 October. This is one of the days I try to sleep in a little bit and try to take her up on rest. I've been trying to do that a little bit more, and I do have a life. So 12 October 2021, about 1:40 p.m. I hope everybody's doing fine, being well and safe. I'm just out today running some errands, and now I'm gonna get my workout on, and then I'm probably going to go eat dinner tonight. But anyway, so yeah, I'm able to get this video out because of time constraints. The last couple of days about Jon Gruden. Excuse me. So I did post last night that he under pressure resigned, okay, amid these misogynist, stereotypical, and homophobic and racist comments that he made, and I'm just like, man, imagine that. I mean, I didn't see that side in him, but I guess, hey, you know what, as time goes by, these things come out. All right. Man, he had a plethora of these type of comments. Now, the first comment I made in the video last night was the deputy commissioner of the NFL 10 years ago. He called this man, I guess he had like these Michelin man type lips. I ain't gonna even lie, you know what I'm saying? That shit was funny, but it was stereotypical, but it's funny. All right, I'm not gonna necessarily say that is racist. All right, come on now. I mean, black people are not just the ones with big lips. They may have others ethnicities or whatever, okay? Like many ethnicities, we may have distinct traits about us, okay? But in the eyes of many, and in this cancel culture and this woke, sensitive type culture, it's in their eyes and it's racist. To me, it's more like stereotypical. All right. So what? Was he saying what? All black people got what? Big lips? I ain't got no big lips or whatever. All right. But anyway, then the New York Times, all right, came out with all these different emails about one particular email that stood out. Was he was telling Jeff Fisher when he was coaching for the St. Louis Rams at the time when they were in St. Louis, something about he shouldn't draft Michael Sam or whatever because he was gay and all this other stuff. All right, this and that. And it's just to my belief, all right, that if Michael Sam didn't come out and say that he was gay, he the one that came out and said that he was gay. If he would have probably kept that, to himself, he would probably still be playing right now. All right. I do believe that Michael Sam, his confession or whatever was probably the reason why, because at the time they didn't want that hype. All right. And other misogynist comments that he made, but that was also one of the comments. But I guess with this, the LGBT community, and now people are coming to the forefront, like Karl Nassib, okay, that plays for the Raiders. He was defensive end, all right, that announced that he was gay here a few months ago. I did a video about that man, all right, number 98, okay, with these videos coming out, then the locker room, from what's been told here in Las Vegas, I live in Las Vegas, okay, although I'm from the South, that the locker room was turning their back on her after these emails, okay? My thing is this. They knew about this, and I said that every player has a file. When I did that video about Urban Meyer, they knew about this back then. But my thing is, if they wanted to fire this guy, okay, then why didn't they do this probably like 2015, like 5 years ago or so, okay? When he was, at the time, he was commentating for ABC Sports. Before then, he was a coach at Tampa. He won the Super Bowl back in '04. He coached there for about 7 or 8 years, something like that. All right. And before then, he was assistant coach at Philadelphia. All right. He was supposed to have been at the time one of the youngest coach in the NFL when he went to Tampa. All right. Just a little bit about Jon Gruden. He does have a brother that used to coach at the time for the Redskins. Now he is, I believe, the offensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Jay Gruden. And his father was also a coach too. Just a little bit about Jon Gruden and so forth. So he comes from a family of coaches. All right. But I really think that this all boils down to really just money. All right. They don't give a damn about them players or whatever, these black men or these, if you, in my opinion, about somebody being gay. That contract he signed was a 10-year, $100 million contract. And I don't think that, and probably the powers that be, that executive management, i.e. Mark Davis, okay, is the owner of the Raiders, they probably don't feel that he was going to play out that contract. All right. I don't know if there was a confession made and maybe there was some tension in that office based off that. Okay. I mean, because out of that 10 years, he's already been there for 4 years. They ain't even been to the playoffs. All right. And now you got teams like Kansas City, you got San Diego. All right. That probably is a better contender or whatever. Okay. So I believe that the management was probably looking for a reason right up under Jon Gruden's nose to fire him. All right. And I'm thinking also he may have pissed somebody. This is Jon Gruden. May have pissed somebody important is of an importance of elitists, important elitists off. Okay. Yeah, I think this is just a combination of, it's just karma. A combination of him saying things and he may have gotten a little bit too big for his britches and pissed some people off. All right, but this is really all about money, and I think it's all about that contract that he signed. And I was like 10 years when I found out 10 years, $100 million. Man, that's a long contract. Usually those coaching contracts are probably like 5 years. So that's what my hypothesis or my of what happened and so forth. But you have to remember one thing. You know, the things that you say, all right, and there's a scripture in Matthew that the things that you say can be held against you, and, you know, it will be, the things that I say are pretty much recorded and they'll be used during the day of judgment. And not the the things that you say don't just affect you, but it affects your family, it affects others around you, okay? And being that he was in a command position, all those coaches now, and they put the special teams coach as the interim head coach, actually the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator. All right, let's see here. I forgot their names. They were all NFL coaches, so they all have the coaching potential. But so now their jobs are on the line too, okay? And they have to keep those players motivated, like Derek Carr and all that, all right? I guess, you know, he's all like, when they interviewed him and his brother, he's all like, look, we still have to be able to find a way to win. You know, the life goes on and all that, all right? Because if those guys don't find a way to win, that's really all they have. Probably all those coaches next year, after when this season ends, are going to be gone. So you see, this is like a trickle-down effect, kind of like when Alexander the Great or whatever, okay, had died, and then, you know, once the general dies and those like lower subordinate generals, you know, then it's like, you know, chaos right now. So it's really going to be up to those players or whatever, and to make big plays and to be able to score and win. All right. And not only that's going to affect those players, those coaches, but probably the players are going to end up leaving or whatever. Okay. When they put so much time and effort into getting that team together, you know, the way that they need to have it and all that, and then they have to start all over again. So let this be a cautionary tale or whatever of the things that you say, all right, can end up affecting a lot of people. It could take food out of your mouth, you know, it could get you fired and, you know, affect you monetarily. And if you have a family, it affects your family as well. All right, it causes that adverse effects on your marriage, as well, you know, as people to rely on you, to trust you. All right, he'll probably never get a job in the NFL again. He probably is best for him to, you know, end up in influential positions or whatever, maybe a life coach or whatever, doing something like that I'm doing. All right, something to stimulate thought. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, leave your comments, let me know what you think. All right, otherwise, respectfully, if you want to donate to the channel, Cash App, $ Winston Spivey, or SPIVEW1 at unlv.nevada.edu for PayPal. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen.